Within the pages of a mystical storybook, a tapestry of ever-changing tales unfolds. Welcome to the Chronicles of the DaMmed, a captivating series that weaves together realms of unimaginable wonders and haunting mysteries.
Venture into a world where the very fabric of reality is in flux, where heroes and heroines navigate shifting landscapes and face new perils with each turning of the page.
From the darkest corners of horror to the realms of high fantasy, each trilogy of episodes reveals a different theme, crafting a unique narrative tapestry. Discover the secrets of ancient civilizations, eldritch powers that defy comprehension, and the harrowing depths of the human psyche.
Traverse enchanted forests where legends come alive and mythical creatures roam. Ascend towering citadels where power and politics shape the fate of nations. Plunge into the depths of unexplored abysses where the mysteries of the cosmos await your discovery.
With every triad of tales, a new chapter unfurls, inviting you to embark on a fresh adventure. Each theme, distinct and captivating, will transport you to a world beyond imagination, where magic and danger entwine.
Will you delve into the depths of untold secrets, or ascend to the heights of heroic legend? The choice is yours as you immerse yourself into the boundless possibilities of this ever-evolving storybook.
Welcome to Chronicles of the DaMmed.
Into the realm of ever-changing tales, welcome to the Chronicles of the DaMmed. With each session, a new chapter unfolds, revealing wonders and dangerous, unimaginable things. Embrace the journey, for heroes will rise, destinies will be written, and the storybook comes alive before your very eyes. Prepare to be enchanted as we venture forth into a world where the imagination knows no bounds. I am your story weaver, and tonight our murder mystery will be concluded. Last we left off, our adventurers found themselves doing a lot of running and a lot of chasing as mysterious figures had come and go throughout the mansion. Although not every single person was mysterious, as one person, the benefactor, who had been mysterious up until this point, was finally revealed to be none other than Charlie. With that being said, with that being said, they continued their pursuit throughout the entire mansion of the mysterious figures roaming throughout the house, finally culminating into them getting away, the party having to realize and accept that maybe they needed to take a break and assess things from a different angle. Therefore, joining into watching a performance of a William Shakespeare play, and finally jumping into a dueling arena where we found Ben dueling the Count. And as he parries a blow and goes for a point that would be awarding a point, he begins to see the point of the sword begin to not just bend, but actually go into the skin of the Count. Ben, I need you to make a brawn check for me, please.
Okay, a brawn check. That I believe my computer is. Brawn check would be master, so that is a D. Forgive me, GM. D8. That would be a D8.
If you are a master, you are rolling a D8.
Okay. Thank you. Very sorry. 4 out of 8. I don't know if that was good.
Okay. You begin as soon as you realize that the sword is no longer beginning to bend and begin to straighten out, you're instinctively kind of be able to kind of pull the sword out, and to any outsider, look like you had scored a point and kind of flicked it up. You could definitely see from the outside looking in that his outfit, for you, Ben, is kind of torn in some places, but to Ben or to Chris, Kara, and Elliot, it looked like he had just scored a point and that his outfit may have torn just of you just kind of hitting him really quickly. However, the Count almost seems he kind of looks at himself and kind of looks down at looks down at his his newly stab wound, and he um hey uh and he calls over, he kind of waves over the head butler. The head butler comes over and he points to Ben. The
Eh?
guy marches over, and holds out his hand as to indicate to hand the sword over to him.
I'm very nervous. I just here you go.
He takes
I'm
it, he looks at
sorry.
it, he looks at it, kind of giving it a couple glances over, kind of touches the point or whatever. Um, I'll be taking this one. Um, and he turns back to the Count. Just we have plenty of other dueling. You inspect them before your next match, or if you decide to duel again. But at this point, the Count is pretty shooken up. He just kind of, no, 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 we're gonna stop it here. Sorry for that, guys. We are going to be doing something else. Um, and he just meet in the dining hall in an hour, and we'll have lunch, and then I will come up with something to do throughout the rest of the day. As the guests, you can hear the guests begin to grumble and mumble among themselves as far as, oh, come on, I was looking forward to doing this, blah blah. You could hear them mumble off. But then the Count turns to the four of you and kind of still clutching his chest. You four, figure out who did this. Like, kind of almost angrily at you guys, um, before kind of storming off, leaving the four of you with, there's butlers and maids kind of around as far as to kind of like pick up the different dueling arenas, but otherwise it's just the four of you out in the middle of the courtyard.
I swear to God,
Uh,
I didn't mean to do that. I've never
What
held
did
a
you
sword
do?
before. I don't know. Is it? Aren't you supposed to like
can I see one of those dueling?
stab the guy?
I need to see one of those dueling blades.
One of the butlers comes over and he grabs one and he hands it to you.
I'm going to inspect the blade.
Okay, you need a I need a brains check from you.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, that's what? 7 out of 10.
Okay. As you inspect the blade, you look at this one, appears to be normal. Do you know that for dueling, even for practice dueling, mainly for practice dueling, that either somebody would either blunt the end or put something on the end of the blade to make sure that the point actually doesn't go into the victim. This one that you are looking at has one of those. Like the end of it has been sufficiently nubbed off to where it's actually not going to hurt anybody if it were to be poked into somebody.
Okay.
And
Where?
Wait. Did you stab the Count?
I didn't mean to. Aren't these things supposed to be blunt?
yeah,
Like-
they are.
Where were these
This
swords
one is.
stored? I want to look for one of like the butlers. Where were these swords stored? And who had access before this?
I mean, we stationed them in one of the houses, one of the storehouses over here. I mean, anybody can practice with any of these swords at any point in time.
Could you show me, please?
Show us.
Sure, right this way, and
Yep.
begins to walk towards the house.
Okay, I want to see if there's
I'm
anything
going
that
with
like.
Elliot and the butler
Yeah.
to examine, because I want to look at all of them to see if there were any other ones tampered with.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will say my first order of business is I'm trying to make sure nobody poisoned the blade. What they poisoned it with.
I'm
If they
gonna
did.
grab me a bed, and we're
What?
gonna go play be social.
Okay, Chris, what are we doing?
You can check on Lucian, I think. I don't think we've seen him today.
He's probably passed out, drunk, or just waking up. But yeah, we'll check up on him.
Oh, okay. I'm still a little shaken from almost, killing somebody, so I go with Chris.
We just won't let you touch any blades
This is a good
until
idea. Or probably let me, anywhere near vases as well either.
Okay. Elliot
what you do
and
with the
Kara,
blades.
Nothing.
you guys
Nothing
are
happened.
escorted to the house, the storehouse, where everything is stored, all the weapons.
Mhm.
You could see there's only one rack. This rack contains about 12 of these dueling rapiers just stationed along there. You do notice that of them that they have returned, that there is a spot missing, which you have gathered that the head butler has taken the rapier that Ben had off to for more further inspection.
Okay.
But all the rest of them are there for inspection if you so choose to look at them.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
also want to look and see if there's any storage, to see if maybe they sharpened it after the fact.
So, okay. For the two of you, I need brains checks from you.
That's a 10
3
out
out
of
of 4.
10.
10 out of 10, and you got a what, Elliot?
3 out of 4.
Okay. Very subtle, but it's there. Faint almost. Sulfur is in this outhouse or is in the storeroom. Very faint, but both of you are able to pick up on it. I would say Kara first, but then Elliot, you're not too far behind. But sulfur is definitely in this room. Um, you had gathered by the time that the maids and the butlers had put all the practice, like by the time you guys were escorted there, they had gathered all the remaining dueling swords and had put them away. And while they're now cleaning up like the mats and the reeds at this point.
Okay. And sulfur can be used as a poison, right?
Yes, it can be.
So it's like both explosive and that. I'm gonna see if I can find where the sulfur is. Because if somebody's walking around with sulfur, we need to search people's pockets.
Okay. Make a brains check.
Another 3 out of 4.
Okay. You kind of smell it. You can smell it faintly. Throughout the rest of the storage house, you pick up no scent of it. You only get it directly from the open doorway to the dueling swords and then back out.
I want to try to. Should I try to follow the scent if it's strong enough?
I will say though, you like it gets fainter as you head back outside. You get the sense that because the door was closed, that the scent was probably around a lot longer because the door was closed. In the open air,
Okay. I want to find that butler that came in with us and let him know that they need to investigate to make sure there was no sulfur anywhere on that blade. And that I smell it.
you can hear one of them kind of talk and mutter, and then yes, of course, and they run and meet one of them like full on sprints towards the house as fast as they can, while the other ones are meticulously scanning the rest of the swords for anything signs of that.
And
How far?
I'm with those butlers, and I'm actually like looking to see if there were any sharpened points on any of the other blades.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I need
good.
I need a brains check from you, Kara.
And how
6
far are we
out of
from the
10.
apothecary at where we are?
How far? You get the sense that you're probably a good 10 or 15 minutes walk
Okay.
from where you guys are at to the apothecary. 6 out of 10, Kara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you begin to scan. You see the one that you put back. Yep, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. You check the rest of them. No other signs of tampering of sharpened pointed ends.
That's weird.
Did the sword look the same? Like, did it look like it was just one of the swords that didn't get dulled?
Make a brains check. You're trying to recount if the sword looked abnormal or it's different in any way.
4 out of 4.
You for as far as back as you remember, which you remember the sword very clearly. It looked exactly the same as any of the other swords that would have been used in the dueling arena.
Okay, and I didn't notice any green sheen in the quick time that I saw it, right?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna let Kara know about that. That the sword was exactly the same, so it either got sharpened after it was dulled, swapped out from the same batch, or it just never got dulled. We should figure out who was in charge of dulling them, maybe. Because whoever this was knew this sword specifically was going to be used against the Count. Who was it that handed out the swords?
And you can clearly see he after a minute or two of stuttering, that would obviously be the head butler.
Is there a very big physical difference between the dulled swords and the non-dulled ones, or do they look pretty similar?
They look very similar. I mean, you could put them side by side, and I couldn't tell you the difference. I mean, until upon closer inspection. But if you were to put them all on the rack and say just pick any of these 12, just from a straight glance, I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Because whoever this was knew it was going to be used against the Count. So they planted this very carefully. It could have gotten anybody, and it was the Count that it got specifically.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I just know that the Count came and told all the staff this morning, and said that we were all to after while our guests were eating morning breakfast, that we were to go out and get this all set up. I do remember the head butler taking a particular interest in making sure that he would be the one to hand out the dueling swords. Um, uh, so as far as I know, I think
Okay.
he was.
I'm gonna look over at Kara. We should go sniff the butler. Not to alarm anybody, but
That sounds so bad.
it does, but
No, I
smells
know
like
what you
sulfur.
mean. It's just.
I mean, I'd hate to assume, but we should probably. Yeah, if there's anything else you need to check, let's do it really quick, and then let's go to check the butler out.
Unfortunately, all of these are proper dueling. None of them have been tampered with.
It was
Only that
yes.
specific one was tampered with.
My thoughts exactly.
And with
where
that,
was it that? Okay, they went to check Lucian out, right?
We went to go be social, but we added on checking on Lucian.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if we cross their paths, I'm gonna let them know what we're doing before we do it.
okay, and while you guys are making your way back into the mansion, we turn back over to Ben and Chris. You guys make your way into the mansion, and even though the Count had dismissed everybody, a lot of the other guests are kind of congregated, like at a table, sipping tea, and and the Count himself, you could see was in a very fast walk up the stairs and into his mansion, And for the very first time since you guys have met him, a very audible slam could be heard as he entered his office. Um, go ahead and both of you give me charm checks. Charmed, Ben.
D8.
Okay, charmed. Charming. Well, a
Ben,
little
please
charming.
do better.
Better is a relative term. What did shall I go first?
3 out of
Okay,
8.
3 out of 8. Okay, Ben.
7 out of 12.
Okay. You guys walk in and uh Ben, you are just quickly just to try and be like, I'm gonna put this pass behind me. So you walk up to the table. Um go ahead. As you approach the table, much to your dismay, you find that sitting at the table you have very much just trying to interact with people and interact with. You find yourself sitting at a table with Adele, Mathilde, and Celeste. But as soon as you approach, Adele looks at you and first a kind of a grimace of not him. But then her expression softens a little bit and extends an open hand to a chair nearby. They take one look at Chris and they're kind of like uh, kind of uneasy about him. Uh, so much so, Chris, that
Fair.
a familiar to Ben, uh, Guinevere or Genevieve, excuse me, I was gonna say Guinevere. Genevieve, wearing a black dress,
Thank you, Notre
scoops you up,
Times.
by your other arm and leads you to another table where it's just herself and, much to your surprise, a very tired looking but hungover Lucien sitting at a table.
There you are.
Um, can you not speak so loud? My head hurts.
We get in a drinking contest again, Lucian.
You said you were gonna come back, and you never did.
I came to get you, and we took you to the bar.
We didn't go to the bar.
Before the we had a thing before
We
the play.
No, no, you never came back, and I woke up. Next thing I knew, I woke up and I was sound asleep in my chair. Not even on my bed, my chair. I I don't remember going to um I don't remember going to a play, musical. I don't remember going to a bar and having a drink.
You don't remember my friend Elliot?
Elliot, I mean, the one that's been with you guys, but I never put the 2 and 2. Uh, points over to Ben. That's Elliot?
No,
Uh,
he's not as gold. He's that one. He's Ben.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then, oh, my brain just hurts. You're gonna have to tell me who it is later. I just need some water and tea to get this taken care of.
Try to get some lemon into that tea or water.
Perfect. And one of the butlers has come up with a lemon. He, obviously used to Lucian's drunken antics, has already prepped what he needs to help kind of cure this hangover. Um, um, however, Genevieve is, what do you think happened at dueling grounds. Why do you think he canceled it so abruptly?
I could not say.
I don't.
Oh,
Genevieve's with me.
oh sorry. Forgot.
I don't know. I don't know the count that well, though. He could have been
Well,
tired. He. Who
but it,
knows? I do.
but but for it to take so long to set up, and then just to tear it down so quickly, I just think that's rather odd, don't you think?
With as much going on lately, he may be just being cautious.
I guess that's true. Um, allow me to introduce myself. Um, Genevieve is my name, and you would be
My name is Chris. Chris Coyle.
Chris. Yeah, I introduced myself to Ben over there. Asked him to dance with me last night, but he said he had another dance partner. What do you think? What do I glad to know that I've sticking with a partner, but I've never haven't seen his partner around.
His wife's back home.
Oh, I see. Okay. So then how do you guys know the count?
We received an invitation through one of our friends.
Through a friend. Interesting. What be the name of this friend?
Now that's my little secret.
Oh, come on.
No, this secret is not mine to tell either. I'm sorry.
Make a charm check.
Come on, big money.
6 out of 8.
Okay. She waits a minute and then realizes that she's probably not going to get this secret from you. Well, I suppose that people have their secrets. You know, for once, I wish people would just be up forth and front coming. Don't you think?
Sometimes mysteries help lighten blows.
This is very true. And she leaves and has a cup of tea now in her hand, and she makes her way up the stairs. Uh, Ben, at your table, you can see the three women and Adele, or the two women plus Adele. Adele looks at you and says, yesterday, I wanted to apologize for how I treated you yesterday. It was not a very good day for me, but I took it out on you, and I apologize.
Oh, well, think nothing of it, mademoiselle. I took no to it. I just kind of smiled, bow my head, nod my head.
And
Oh, go ahead.
Matilde looks over at you and says, yeah, everything we've had a very interesting last couple of days. What was going to be just a one night ball dancing at the Count of Monte Cristo has turned into now what it's been 2 days of just chaos, absolute chaos.
As they say, there's a. But yes, I agree. This has been an event of the century, I would say. I find it'll probably be very hard for the count to top this party anytime soon.
Oh, I think, and you can hear Celeste. Oh, I have foreseen, and this party will only be topped by one more.
Oh,
But of course, I can't reveal. It's people's privacy and all.
but Mademoiselle, please, could I not get it?
Charm check from you, Ben. You are actively trying to persuade.
Oh, that failed. 4 out of 12.
Yep. I appreciate your enthusiasm for more knowledge. However, this one I'm gonna keep closer to the vest.
Well, a lady's entitled to her secrets, I suppose. And I look around for a drink. I'm assuming since we're in France, there's probably some wine nearby I can drink.
You can see everybody around you's got teacups, and in fact, a butler has just placed a teacup in front of you.
Oh, I take some tea and I start sipping.
Without smelling
Very,
it.
very heavy, pungent tea hits your lips. It's a good thing you sipped because it was one not only hot, but this like as soon as it hits your throat, it is very, very heavy tea.
And I'm like, wonderful.
And as you put your teacup down, you look down and you can almost see as the tea begins to settle, a little smile flashes in there before it fades out.
Kind of look around, see if anyone saw what I just saw.
Everybody else seems preoccupied with their tea and are engaging in conversation, mainly about what other activities the count has been up to or is going to plan for the rest of the day, and what could possibly be wrong. As you're sitting there, though, Elliot and Kara, you walk in and you could see um, them talking to, at this point, Chris is talking to Lucian and Ben is chatting up with the three ladies. Um, you get the sense that everybody's just kind of gathering for morning tea a little bit before the count comes down with an announcement or before the count decides whatever else activity is going to be planned for the day.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to the table with Ben since it has the ladies that I've been speaking to at it. Correct? That's the one that's got the ladies that I've been speaking to?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come over. Hello, ladies. It's good to see you.
Hello, Elliot.
Elliot, we were wondering if you were okay. We saw you earlier, but everything, the kind of chaos of this morning and the duel, and we were glad to see that you're okay.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm glad to see you all are all right as well. I do have to uh, be right back. I need to check in on something, make sure a friend is all right. And then I'm going to kind of lean over and whisper to Ben, I smelt sulfur in the blade area. I think it might be the butler. I'm going to go check him out.
I kind of like smile and I kind of lean into Elliot and said like,
And I'll kind of like
tea.
laugh like it's like an inside joke or something.
And I said like, my tea just kind of evaporated in front of me and had a really strong smell. I don't know if I've been poisoned.
Do I smell sulfur?
Make a brains check.
Well, you've been given a hallucinogen. Fuck.
1 out of 4.
Nope. You do
shouldn't
not
drink
smell
things you
sulfur.
haven't smelled.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Some
All right.
herbs
Well, you
unfortunately
ladies be
activate
safe.
spawn smell.
Okay. Kara, what are you doing? Are you walking up to Chris or are you following closely behind Elliot?
I actually yeah, I'm gonna walk up to Chris and I'm going to lean over in his ear and kind of like display of affection, my husband. But
I'm gonna
I'm
pet
going
her
to
head.
whisper in his ear. The butler had access to the blades before the duel. And then I'm going to give him a kiss on the cheek, like that was my intention all along. And then I'm going to follow Elliot.
Okay. You guys, are all four of you going or is it just Elliot and Kara?
I'm not gonna get up just to continue playing off that my wife just came to show me some affection before heading off somewhere. As I see Elliot, I'm gonna point to Elliot to go to tell Lucian that's Elliot. You don't remember?
No.
Oh, you don't remember
Is
my dancing skills?
we danced.
Yes, we did.
That's the thing. I don't dance.
Lucian, where'd you
Now
get
I'm
the
gonna study
alcohol
him really
bottle
quick and
from?
see if there's any difference physically in this man.
Brains check. Elliot.
4 out of 4.
And okay. You can't really you do the best you can with Lucian sitting down and hunched over a glass of tea and water. Um, however, in the very good glance that you were able to look at him, you notice that this Lucian is the exact same height, weight, build as the Lucian that danced with you last night.
No freckles in different places, anything like that?
Nope, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. That's interesting. I think you might have actually been the one to drag me to the dance floor, but I'm not positive.
Listen, here's the thing. I can't dance. Like, I just don't dance. I can't dance.
Hmm? Um, I do remember dancing with you.
Uh, he gets up and reaches over back behind the table that's sitting on the on the other chair that was opposite him. He pulls out a what appears to be a support cane, and he goes, "I can't really dance really well with a bad knee, now can I?"
Hmm.
As he walks, and he just by this point is
And I
he
sense that he's lying.
make a brains check.
And I kind of
4
give
out of
Kara a
4.
look.
What'd you get, Chris?
4 out of 4.
Uh, from what you gather, he appears to be telling the truth. He um appears to have either no memory or is fully believes that he was not on the dance floor dancing with Elliot last night.
Hmm.
As he very grumpily grabs this little thing of cup of water, as he gingerly makes his way. He gets over to the staircase, and you watch as one of the other butlers kind of takes his other arm and kind of very gingerly escorts him up the stairs.
You guys saw us dancing last night, right? I mean, I had to lead him because he sucked at it, but
I think he was given something last night. He had a private stash of liquor last night, and then he drank more, but we couldn't keep track of all the drinks.
okay, I want to think what could possibly have been slipped in a drink to make him get short-term memory loss. Because the other lady that was here also claims that she had memory loss, and she only gets flashes.
I need you to roll a brains check.
3 out of 4.
Okay, there are several different types of plants that can be used to um, kind of give short-term memory losses. However, you get the sense that if these plants were made to do memory losses, it requires a lot of preparation ahead of time. So, if somebody has indeed caused Lucian or Matilde to lose their memory, it would require one, a lot of time, effort, and obviously a lot of caring for that would not go unnoticed.
Okay. Do I remember him having any kind of lip when we were dancing? I mean, I know that he sucked at it.
As far as you remember, I mean, other than making a brains check, but I was gonna say from what you remember, I mean, he was clearly drunk, but I mean, you don't remember him having a gimp.
Okay. I'm gonna make that mental note. And kind of look between Kara and Chris, and I mean, he was stumbling all over the place because he was drunk, but I don't remember that. So be cautious. If he recognizes me later on and says something about it, there's something going on. There are definitely materials that he could have used, but that could have been used on him to make him forget, but it would be a lot of trouble for somebody that probably wouldn't be believed if he said something anyway. I also could have sworn I saw them carrying him to bed when we left, and he was not at breakfast this morning, I don't think.
He said he woke up in his chair.
His chair or just a chair?
His chair. Like where I left him
Okay.
before we brought him down to the drink.
Okay.
Ghouls, go
all
deal
right.
with what you're gonna go deal with.
Yeah.
I'll leave Ben to his flirting. I'm gonna go walk the grounds. I want to see who's cleaning up the mats and everything.
I'm going to get up and excuse myself, and I'm Chris.
Cut
Okay.
out.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you were gonna dismiss yourself from the ladies and then go join up with Chris.
Yes.
Okay. So Elliot and Kara, where are you guys going to do?
I want to try to find the butler to see if I can smell any sulfur on him.
Okay. You stop one of the other butlers who tells you that he personally went up into the count's room to deal with the sword debacle.
Did he bring the sword with him by any chance, or is it possible to look at it?
He took it with him. The two of them were going to look at it and discover what was wrong with it.
I'm gonna look over at Kara. Okay.
I nod and start heading towards the count's room. Like,
Okay.
the way I am walking, I look like I am about to throw hands.
Okay.
I am not happy.
Be careful. I kind of whisper like while we're walking. We gotta be ready just in case.
Oh, believe me, I am.
Okay. You walk up. The door is closed.
I actually pound on it.
You pound on
I
it
am
for
not happy.
you pound on it and the door opens and you see the butler opens up the door.
Where's the knife?
Pardon?
The sword.
The knife? The sword? The dueling one?
Me and the count are looking at it and examining it, trying to figure out who could have done this.
Well, considering you were the only one to have access to these swords just before the duel,
I wasn't the
I
only
actually
one.
put past him.
As you go to push past him, he puts his hand up and pushes you back and says, "I'm sorry."
You see, I actually will grab his hand and shove him.
Make a brawn check again.
And I'll try to catch him so he doesn't seriously hurt himself. And when I catch him, I want to see if I can smell that sulfur.
So that was a nat 1 on a 4.
Okay.
My wife's strength
You
has failed her.
you go to push on him to push him into the room, and he very quickly bends your wrist back and pivots, twisting his body and trips you as you tumble into the room.
Oh, I
You
know
are
that move. I'm going to counter that move.
make another brawn check.
3 out of 4.
Okay. You go to counter the move, but you get at this point, but before you can make that counter, you feel a pair of hands lift you up off the ground, and you realize the count has stooped down and looks directly at his butler and says, "Enough." And the butler bows respectively and leaves the room
I want to.
and holds the door open long enough for you, Elliot, to walk into the room if you so desire.
Yeah, I really want to try to catch a whiff as subtly as I can on the way in to see if I smell any sulfur.
Make a brains check.
1 out of 4.
Don't
Oh,
smell anything
God!
unusual as he passes by. You see behind on the count walks the both of you over, points to his chairs, and he sits down, and he has the dueling rapier up on his desk, and
I'm gonna
looks at the
take a
two.
look at that rapier.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let the count know what we're aware of so far. That it's identical. Someone either sharpened it after it was dulled or didn't sharpen it to begin with. This person had to somehow know that it was going to be the sword that was used against him, and that he needs to be careful of sulfur because I smelt it where the swords were.
Okay. Kara, I need you to make a brains check.
Oh my fucking God, that's a 1 out of 10?
Okay. You look at the sword. It looks like any of the other dueling swords.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
I'll check once I'm done talking
I'm
to the count.
obviously too pissed off right now.
Yep.
Ugh.
He looks at the both of you and he says, "I know that the two of you have." Give me 1 second, guys.
We're going to see Kara Kung Fu.
No, we're
You
gonna see
see
Kara do kung fu.
he. You guys have been through a lot. Um, but I am going to have to say that, barging in here, demanding answers from my butler, not really the best move. Um, we were just doing our investigations of the sword. We literally came in here, we sat down, and we were looking over of who could have done this. Um, but yeah, as far as that goes, we 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 couldn't figure that out until you guys knocked on the door.
Yes, we are very sorry about that. Things are very tense and we're concerned for you. There is a very small number of people that this could have been, and I would hate
One
for
of them
something to
being
happen on
the
our
head
watch.
butler who, as far as we know, insisted on being the one to bring out the weapons.
He did that at my request. With all of the death and everything that's been happening at the mansion, I specifically made sure that he take care of the dueling swords. Um, However, it appears that I may have sent him off too early to deal with this, or at the very least, did not something slipped through my grasp. Something slipped through my eyes. Need as as far as that goes, the head butler has my trust.
So perhaps it was whoever you worked with to get the goal done. Besides you,
I
of course.
I have many enemies. I mean, you don't become a count without making a few enemies along the way.
Yes.
This is why I don't deal with, no offense, politics.
And I don't blame you. Um um again, none taken.
I am
No.
sorry for my rash actions. Honestly, I am scared. I am
What
scared it's going to be one of me or my friends or my husband next. I am terrified. And
and
I am doing the best I can, but
well, I'll tell you what. And he points and he gestures to the rapier and he says, "You two feel free to take this back to whatever room you guys deem of and do your own investigations on this. However, what I can tell you from my butler's investigation of it is that this was rushly done, crudely done, and no sign of poisons on the blade. You can rest assured that I am not going to die of a poison, merely a dueling mishap. Now, with that being said, you guys can feel free to take this back to your room. However, I am going to host a small luncheon here in a few minutes. If you guys are more than welcome to join us. However, after the luncheon, we are going to do a game of. We're going to do another game in the courtyard, just to keep people outside.
All right.
preferably one with less sharp objects.
There will be no sharp objects in this one.
And please, just in case, keep the antidote on you.
The antidote has never left my pocket.
Okay. Wherever we put it, I'll let you know in case it's needed.
He simply nods and he gestures towards the door. If
Has Lucian always had a cane?
as far as I know, he has always had a cane.
I danced with him last night, and he says he can't dance.
Lucian has been known to drink a lot of liquor and forget what is going on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm gonna pick the sword up, but I'm gonna do it with my palms up, so I'm not like grasping onto it. And then I'm gonna look over at Kara. Where should we take this to investigate?
What was that? Sorry.
I'm asking Kara where we should take that to.
Let's go to my room. It has a big enough area for 2 people, so
Okay. Should we have a butler pass the message?
yes. Have as we go out, is the head butler still there? Standing by the
You
door.
open the door, and as soon as you open the door, you see him very stoic faced, looking out towards the staircase leading downstairs.
I actually give a small bow and very in a very demure voice. I am sorry for how I handled that earlier. It was
He
wrong.
he looks at you and he bends he waits for you to kind of peek your head back up, and as soon as you look back up, he says, "I don't know what caused your outburst, but my duty to the Count should never be in question. I will do anything it takes to protect him. Just like you would
I
protect
just
your husband or any of your other friends here, just know that I'm here to protect the Count."
again, I am truly sorry. I let my emotions get the best of me. I am extremely worried about the safety of my husband and friend.
As am I about the Count. Do me a favor. Uh, One of my duties is not only to attend to the Count, but tend to the he kind of looks around, make sure nobody else is up there. Tend to the benefactor. I haven't seen them all morning. Can you, on your way to deal with that, he points to the rapier, can you just make sure that they're okay, make sure they have everything that they need?
Of course.
And with that, he walks back into the room and closes the door gently behind him.
Okay.
We're stopping to see Charlie first. When I say Charlie first, I actually lower my voice to a whisper to Elliot.
Okay. Understood. And I'll hold the sheath a little bit tighter so that nobody grabs it on the way, but I'm still going to be holding it palm up so that nobody thinks I'm like going to stab anybody with it.
Okay. With that, we turn back to Ben and Chris. Chris,
Like I said, I want. Yes.
go, continue.
Oh, I was just gonna reiterate that I wanted to go out, watch what was going on outside because something feels really off. Too many butlers and maids have been acting too strange. While I do still always will question the head butler, the others do not escape my sight.
Okay.
So I
Make
wanted to watch them.
a brains check.
One out of four.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
GM, do you want me? Can I do a brains check since I'm kind of backing up?
Are you staying and watching with Chris, or are you going to go off actually into the courtyard?
I'm gonna stay and watch for Chris. I'm gonna back him up. I
Okay.
don't want anyone being left to their own devices.
Sure. Now, yes, you can make a brains check.
Okay. 3 out of 4.
Okay. You begin to notice, Chris, you just see a lot of people just packing up and setting out for a set of tables begin to be getting assembled outside. You get the sense that they're probably going to have lunch outside to keep people out in the open air, um, but nothing out of the norm. Ben, you begin to notice that a few of them are doing really randomest of tasks. While bulk of them are setting up tables and chairs, you notice some of them will go and disappear and come back out, look for a second, and then run to the kitchen and grab like a table cover. And they run back out. They put it on there, but it's like only one. It's not like you get the sense that like something is off.
I kind of lean over to Chris and I was like, there's a lot of people out here. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
But I've just been watching. I only see like maybe
Why? What are you seeing?
I'm I'm seeing some of them are setting up for something, but I've got others who are just acting really, really funny. Like they just seem to be kind of looking busy instead of actually being busy. They keep running into the damn kitchen and grabbing random things that other people are already using.
Are they
Maybe we should
going
go check.
to this one table, or
They seem to
where are they
just be
taking
going
these
all.
things?
They seem to be going over to where they're setting up, but they keep going back to the kitchen. I think we should go check out over there as discreetly as possible.
We're discreet.
Yeah, just don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay, let's go.
You
Okay.
know, guys, singing out in the middle of the courtyard is rather odd and drawing not suspicion to yourselves as a butler walks past you, heading out. It,
Hmm.
I, I need you both to make, as you guys are making your way out the um to the grounds to talk to these butlers, I need you to first make a brawn check,
Brawn check.
and then
Oh,
depending on the
boy.
roll, I will tell you if you succeed or not. I need you to follow it up with a charm check.
I rolled a 6 out of 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Now I need you both to follow that up with charm checks.
Put on your best smile, Ben. Please put on your best smile. I have a feeling you and I got the same number.
What did you
Ben,
get? I got a 5 out of 12.
So you guys
This is
sneaking
a
up
5.
really well, like making sure you guys are, da 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 da. But as you approach the butlers, they and they panic and they begin to run like towards the back of the mansion, just running away from you. As one of the other butlers calls out, "They're easily startled. What were you thinking?"
They're butlers. Sorry.
And you see them drop their stuff and run
Okay.
into.
That's rude. I just kind of looked at Chris. I'm like, maybe we should look around, see what they were up to, or the ones we saw in the kitchen going into the kitchen.
No, that's it. I don't know. Easily startled?
That don't make sense.
They've not been easily startled since we've been here. They've been coming and going like normal.
And what kind of household
You follow the
staff is
one group.
easily?
I'm gonna go to the ones behind that ran behind the mansion.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
So, Ben, are you going with Chris or are you staying out?
I'm gonna follow the other group, and
Okay.
we're gonna follow our protected groups of butlers.
Okay. So you follow Ben, you follow the second group of butlers, and you catch up with them rather quickly as they assume that you wouldn't be chasing them. They just look at you and they're like, "Dude, that was a joke. Like, we just thought it would be funny. We're not actually
Nice.
scared of you. What can we help you out with, sir?"
Well, first of all, I would look at I think I find it a bit brazen and presumptuous for the household staff of a great count to insult his guests.
Oh no.
Make a charm check.
10 out of 12.
Okay. You're right. We're sorry. We're promise we won't. We'll treat you guys with a little bit more respect. We're sorry.
Thank you. Now, if you would be so kind to, one way you could repay me would be to tell me. I couldn't help but notice some of you all, while many of you seem to be going about your duties diligently, there were some that were a bit suspect, I would say. They seem to not be doing any work. Tell me, have there been any new additional staff or any of your existing staff acting suspicious lately? Out of the ordinary, I would say.
Tired, maybe. I mean, we've been going at this for 2 straight days. We actually were hired on to just attend and do the ball. We weren't actually offered to stick around for longer. That was until the night of the ball.
Hmm. What were you were just simply you're just simply temporary day laborers, not part. You're not part of the original staff.
No, the count, or rather his butler, promised us some extra money in our pockets if we would stick around for a few extra days after the ball event.
Hmm. The head butler did this. You say?
Yeah, did it before the ball even started. Why?
Interesting. Thank you. Please carry on and mind your manners next time. I just walk away and go try and find Chris.
Chris, as you make your way around the backside, um, you as you watch them, you kind of get on the side and you catch the foot of one of them running around the what you gather the secret back door as they jump into that doorway heading upstairs.
I'm gonna follow them. I know where that door leads.
Okay, you chase them and follow them. I need you to make a brains check for me.
2 out of 4.
Okay, you get to the door, you put your hand, and then you look down and you instinctively pull it away. You can see a massive flaming handprint on the back of the door burning into the wood as you grab a hold of it and then instinctively pull it back. As yeah, you see a massive handprint, flaming handprint on the door. Um, nobody, uh, nobody in sight. It's just you and the staircase.
I'm gonna make a mental note of that thing, but still go up the stairs because, again, that normally leads to the counts room, and I don't trust people running to a counts room.
Okay, you make your way upstairs. You find yourself at the very end of that hallway that leads right into the count's room. You hear a as the door quickly open and close. And you realize that they had broken off of their hallway pursuit of going into the count's room and go off into one of the nearby doors.
Um, I'm gonna go and act like I'm gonna go into the knock on the count's door. Um, I'm actually gonna physically knock so that someone would come. And when they get there, I want to be discreet as possible.
To the count's room.
Yes.
You get to the count's room. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Before you hear and you hear and standing in front of you, you see the butler standing in front of you.
I put my hand up, my finger up to my lips, and go, acting like he would normally greet me to come in. But I'm gonna make no notion that I'm actually gonna stay out.
Okay. He reads your lips and he just, well, come on in and closes the door, but this time he slips out. What is the meaning of this?
I'm following someone. Just shut the door and lock. Make sure it's all the way locked.
It like steps behind, locks the door. Um, as he goes to open that door a second time, Chris, give me a brains check for me.
2 out of 4.
A very familiar, heavy, pungent smell wafts in from the Count's room. For that brief second, he's got the door open to locks the door and closes it. You Took you a second to register what that smell was, but it was sulfur coming from the Count's room.
I'm gonna pause. Gonna see if anyone comes out. I give about 5 to 10 minutes. If no one comes out, I'm gonna knock on the count's door to. I'm gonna act smiley. God, I gotta put on my people's face.
Well, the butler's with you, so he's standing right out with you. What?
Oh, the butler's with me. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
he just
gonna
went and
go.
opened the door and locked it, and then
I'm gonna pull him down. So we're still whispering. Why do I smell sulfur in your room?
you smell sulfur in the room.
Yes. Who's all in there?
Um, the Count.
I get worried and and I go, we need to get in there. We need to find the source of this sulfur.
Okay,
The
then
sulfur go boom.
he goes and he kind of wins and goes and knocks on the door, and he just goes, "This is already becoming a long morning," and you can hear the Count. You can hear a, and the door opens, and you see the Count standing there.
I'm gonna put my finger to my lips just to be quiet, and I'm gonna try to get in so I can start smelling around for the source of the sulfur.
Okay. Are you trying to push past him, or are you gonna wait? Are you trying to see if you, by gesturing, that he will
I
politely
would.
let you into the room?
I'm gonna try to silently gesture to let me in. I smell something bad.
Make a charm check.
I could be charming. I could 4 out of 8.
Okay. The Count opens the door for you to go in.
I'm gonna start trying to see if I can knock down the source of the smell.
Make a range check.
2 out of 4.
Okay. You are smelling around. Um, the room itself seems clear. Um, however, you get to the bed and and you get another smell, lavender this time. But as far as any other sulfuric smells, nothing in the room that you get is contains any sulfur.
Nothing in the room, but I get a big whiff once he opens the door. I'm going back to the door, and as weird as it's gonna be, I'm gonna sniff that door.
Okay. You look at the front of the door and you start sniffing. I need you to make a grit check.
Oh boy. I had a feeling that one was coming. I'm so fucked. 1 out of 10.
Oh Jesus!
That's still
You
good.
go to the door and you go and you take one big sniff. Thump. You fall immediately unconscious.
I saw that coming. But hey, at least the butler's now warned.
Oh, if if the butler thought that I was pissed before.
At least the
Uh,
butler's now warned.
Elliot and Kara, you guys
Yes.
make your way to the benefactor's room en route to drop off the sword. You had gotten directions from the head butler where Charlie's room was. You go to knock on the door, and the door opens.
Now I'm gonna grip the sword in my hand, and I'm gonna look over at Kara, and I'm gonna whisper, "Get my back," and I'm gonna step in.
Yep.
First, I'm gonna
You-
smell, make sure we're good, but
Both of you make brains checks.
3 out of 4.
3 out of 10.
Kara, it feels perfectly normal. However, Elliot, you get, as soon as that door opens, sulfur hits your nose.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my hand out and cover my nose with my shirt.
Okay.
I'm gonna see that, and I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep the dueling sword in my other hand, and I'm gonna look around, see if I can see like a person, if I can see if Charlie's in here, just knocked out, if we can drag him out.
Okay. You look around. You take a step into the room, and you see a mess before you. A bed disheveled, thrown around. Pieces of the bed frame are actually missing. The chair torn asunder as one of the legs is missing. You look at there is a window. The window appears to be broken, but no sign of Charlie.
I'm gonna look for blood around the window.
No blood around the window.
Okay.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look around the I'm gonna look around the room, keeping my nose and mouth covered.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand by the door, make sure the door stays open, and be ready to swap if Kara looks like they're starting to get like dizzy or anything. Kind of like we're gonna swap and get fresh air, but still keep the door open.
Okay. You go into the room, Kara, look around. I will say, go ahead and give me another brains check, since Elliot did give you a heads up about the sulfur.
Damn it, that's a 2 out of 10.
You still can't smell it. You walk in the room. I mean, nose and mouth is still covered up. You walk around and nothing. I mean, other than clearly a struggle happened in this room, but nothing out of the ordinary speaks to you as far as like.
God damn it. Alright.
Check by the window. See if you can see anybody or anything out there.
I'm gonna check by the window.
You check by the window and you see an open door directly beneath you. And you recall from yesterday when the boys carried the count upstairs, that this is the secret back door heading upstairs.
Elliot, the secret back door's open.
Ben, did you say you were going to find Chris, or did you just
Yes,
after
I
you were
went.
okay?
After I was
By
done,
thi-
I was going to go find Chris.
Okay, you knew that where Chris was running off to. You take a peek around, you see that mysterious back door open. Are you gonna walk towards it? Or are you gonna turn back up?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go to that secret door and see what's going on there, and hopefully it leads
Okay.
to Chris.
At this point, you can see Kara peeking out of Charlie's window, looking down at you by the open back door.
I kind of approach, I'm assuming I don't see Kara. Do I see Kara? Is she behind me?
No,
No,
I'm
Kara-
up. I'm above you.
Kara, you can see Ben
I'm
approach the
actually
open
gonna
back
fall
door.
down to him because most people don't look up.
Yeah, I'm like looking around. I'm like, what's up? Are you a ghost?
Ben, up here.
Up. What? Oh, you're not a ghost. Okay. Hi.
Fucking moron.
But ouch.
Look. This is Charlie's room, and it's a fucking disaster. Like there was a fucking fight in here.
Is Charlie okay?
I don't know. We can't fucking find him.
I'm looking for Chris.
Did he go through that door?
That's a very good question. One of which I was planning on trying to find out.
Make a brains check, Ben.
Brains check. Okay, actually, one I can do relatively well. Oh, okay. 2 out of 4.
Okay, you don't see any other paths leading away from beyond the door. You get the sense that Chris did in fact go up through here, and that is when you notice the flaming hand on the door.
I think we need to find Chris sooner rather than later. There's a flaming handprint on this door.
That leads to the count's room?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Shit.
I go on the door.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm booking it out of that room.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
back to.
I'm gonna follow and I'm gonna stuff the sword in my shirt if I can get it hidden, just in case we need to pull it out and fight somebody.
Okay.
I go through the door. I'm not waiting for Kara and Elliot. I'm afraid of. And I go through the door and I start following the path to see where it leads to and check for more signs of Chris.
You run upstairs. Chris, and Ben, you see Chris unconscious, lying on the ground.
Oh shit! I run to Chris and I'm like, Chris! I start smacking him. Wake up! Wake up!
Does he wake me up?
I don't know, does he?
He wakes me up. I'm bringing my backhand up to his face.
Okay.
I attempt to dodge.
Okay. You sit there. You guys, Chris, you fling your hand up. Ben, you instinctively dodge, seeing the fist fly by you, and yeah, it takes you a second, Chris, but you can see on the door itself, you can see another flaming hand appear on the door to the count's room.
Oh, Chris, don't.
To the handprint.
Are you okay, Chris? What happened? Why are you on the ground? Look what I looked to where Chris is. Oh shit! Another one.
Where's the butler and the count?
I don't know. I just got done talking to
Go
the
in the room and
staff.
find them if they're there.
I'm not leaving you alone.
I'm gonna go up and try to smack him upside the head and yell now.
I try and move his hand away. Stop hitting me!
Contested brawn checks, please.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a master. That's D8. That's a
3 out of 10.
That's a crit fail for me.
Jesus
Chris, when you go to rear back, listen here, Ben. Black eye, instant black eye to Ben.
Ow!
You're still kind of mad that he slapped you awake and he, bam, you give him an instant black eye.
Ow!
Is our priority, remember?
All right, fine. You're a little moody little jerk. I just sulk off to go find.
Don't sniff the door.
Why is that a thing? Whatever. I don't care. Fine, asshole. And I just start looking for the count.
Do you go in the room or do you go downstairs?
I go into the room. I'm
Okay.
staying close to Chris, despite his little moody attitude. He's in.
Oh, I'm gonna be trying to get up. See if I can actually
Okay.
move to get up.
You go to get to your feet, and you look down the hallway, and you see a very familiar figure walking towards you. And you realize that it's Kara running
I'm
towards
not
you.
walking. I'm not
No,
walking.
running towards you.
Ben, save me.
Elliot is close
Ben,
behind.
save me.
I look over. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you?
You cut
Ben,
out.
Oh, I look over and it's like, oh, you need something, Chris? Oh no, that's too bad. Bye.
okay, you
Did I
tell my
continue?
wife.
Stay
that
with him.
you
I'm
left.
going in the room.
Okay.
What happened?
Don't sniff the door.
Shit.
I-
Cover
I-
your
I-
noses.
Elliot,
the
you
Okay,
go to
I
door.
cover my nose when I run in.
Elliot, you go in the room, and yeah, neither you nor Ben get that smell of sulfur as you guys go into the room.
Is the count
It's
here?
the door.
The Count and his butler are not in the room.
I kind of walk back after
He
searching,
left
like,
you unconscious.
Kara, I think
No.
something's more something's a little bit more to this than meets the eye.
Where's that door?
I kind of point over that way. It's over there.
Do I?
Oh, and by the way,
want to
flaming
investigate it.
handprint.
You point back towards the door, Ben. Elliot, you go back. Chris says, the handprint on the door. You look, and you see Elliot, for the first time, you see a flaming handprint on this door.
Okay. I'm gonna pull the
I'm
sword out and
looking
go
at
into the
where-
entrance.
Okay. You pull the sword out, and Kara, you said what?
I was looking at the flaming handprint that
Okay.
Chris pointed out.
Make a brains check.
My wife's gonna kill me for this, but I'm gonna try to get up and
8 out of 10.
look for the count.
Okay.
Okay,
I need you to
leave.
make-
Ben, go look for the count.
I need you to make a brawn check. And then, depending on whether you succeed or fail with that, I need you to make a charm check. Kara, you look at
That's a 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4 for what, Kara?
Brawn.
No, for Chris. I heard you roll an 8 out of 10 on brains. Kara,
Yeah, I rolled
when you look at the flaming hand on the door, you instinctively take a step forward. The sulfur smell that you smell is coming from the door, from that flaming handprint.
Okay.
7 out of 10 for the brawn.
Okay. And then roll a charm check.
Why again? A 1 out of 8.
Okay. You get to your feet and you go to take a step, and but you forgot to really pick up your feet to kind of sneak away. And Kara, you just hear behind you squeak coming from behind you, and you turn around and you see Chris trying to sneak away in like the most lamest of excuses of like trying to creep away.
You get your ass back here. You are not allowed to go off by yourself or with Ben because obviously he can't keep a good eye on you.
Fine, then you come with.
I'm still in the area, right? I can
Yeah.
hear that.
I mean, you and Elliot are right next to each other.
Excuse
Fine.
me. You try putting a lasso
He went
on
off
him.
with you twice and has gotten hurt twice.
You
She
try
has a
putting
point.
oh, shut up! You're a grown ass adult. You try
All right,
putting
let's go
a
in this
lasso
package.
around him.
In this passage.
Okay. You go down the passage. You
Yeah,
go
I'm holding
down.
my sword out.
You go down the passage. You just get to the bottom of where the door is, and you see the flaming hand on the door.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can follow the smell. Maybe.
Make
Knowing
a
my
brains check.
wife, knowing my wife is gonna probably follow me. I'm gonna go look for the
4 out
count.
of 4.
You smell sulfur. You instinctively look, and it's coming from the handprint on the door.
Do I smell like a trail, or is it only coming from the handprint?
Only coming from the handprint on the door.
This might be some weird magic shit happening. I'm gonna look around and see if I see anybody. And I'm gonna hide the sword back in my shirt.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Chris know that Charlie is missing and his room was a fucking disaster. And there was a sulfur smell in it.
That's when I start running.
Okay. Elliot, after a minute looking around, you see nobody, and you get the sense that it's probably safe enough for you to tuck the sword back in, so you hide it, tuck it back in. Chris, you make a booklet for Charlie's room. You turn the corner, and with you just getting freshly knocked out by it, you can smell it instantly. And you, by this point, grab the back of the door, and you see on the back side of Charlie's door, you see a flaming handprint. And that is where we're going to take our break, guys. We will be right back. We will continue our adventure here in a few minutes. So stay with us. And we are back. Before we continue our adventures, we would like to thank Critical Role for letting us use our music during our break and our pre stream. Their album, Welcome to Wildmount, is out now wherever you can download music. So thank you once again to Critical Role for allowing us to use your music. And without further ado, let's get back into our adventures. As we turn to Chris, who sees a flaming handprint on the back of Charlie's door.
And with my wife and Elliot telling me that he's not there, I'm getting curious of how these handprints are being made. But knowing that tables were being set up outside, I want to peek out the Charlie's window and see if I can see the tables and everything. See if everyone's outside or what.
You peek
'Cause I
outside
don't know
and
how
you
long I've been
realize
outside.
you peek outside the window, and the only thing you can see is the straightaway leading up towards the back door.
And I didn't know where his room is. That makes perfect sense, actually. All right, I'm gonna bolt out his door and try to. I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll follow Chris. Make sure he
Following
doesn't get
Chris.
into any.
Okay, Elliot.
Did I make it back inside?
Yeah, you made it back up to to the outside the counter room. You see Ben.
Okay.
Now you see Chris and Kara running toward the staircase as they're gonna probably make their way downstairs.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
But actually, guys, should I take the sword or go stash it?
Take the
We
sword.
may need it.
Okay.
I would stash
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But talk to Elliot.
Well, the count knew we had it. If we see him or the butler, we could let him know that I have it, or
stash it on second
okay,
thought,
I'll go stash it. What I'll do is I'll kind of whisper, I'm gonna hide it. Shit, I'm gonna do my best to hide it where it's very hard to find unless you're specifically looking for it in my room somewhere.
Okay, so you're gonna run back up and stash the sword in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by yourself.
Well, it's up to if anybody follows me, but I'm just trying to be quick. So
I'm gonna keep an eye on Elliot's back, but I'm gonna look at Chris before we go. Stay out of trouble.
Not happening.
And I just kind of fall behind Chris and and wave it and just wave a car up, bye, and run away really quickly. You can't kill me. Only Pam has an exclusive right to do that.
I'm gonna try to hide it like in my dresser between the pieces of clothes, like as tight as I can, so that you can't see it unless you're like going through my dresser.
Okay. You go and stash it in your room. You were able to hide it successfully, albeit Kara probably knows where it's hidden because she followed you all the way up.
No, it's fine.
As you were making your way back out of the room, make a brains check. Both of you.
3 out of 4.
5 out of 10.
Okay. You walk past. You can hear a very subtle very rhythmic knocking, followed by a pause. Then knocking again. And then a pause.
I'm gonna try to sneak over to where I'm hearing it.
Same.
Okay.
I'm sneaking.
Okay. You guys make your way over. And after 30 seconds, you can hear the knocking one more and then go silent. And it's
I'm gonna.
coming from the room opposite the count's room.
Okay, and it's like knocking at the door.
It's coming from the room. You have no idea where the knocking is coming from in that room, but it's coming from inside that room.
Okay,
I'm gonna test the doorknob.
Okay. You test it. It's locked.
I'm gonna put my ear to the door.
Okay. After a minute, you can hear. Help.
Okay, if somebody's saying help, I'm gonna try to break the door down.
Okay.
Oh, I'm helping with breaking that door down.
1,
Okay,
2, 3, go.
Boom! Door holds fast.
I'm gonna kick it near
You
where the handle is.
you go to kick it. Met with resistance.
Is there a way up from down there? What floor
I
are
don't
we
know,
on?
but I am going to put all my weight into this.
Okay. You rear back. Nothing.
What
The door doesn't
fuck?
budge.
We're across from the count's room. Is the door unlocked? I'm gonna try to see if the master key was left.
You go into the count's room and a quick glance on his desk or nearby tables show nothing.
All right, I'm gonna full sprint out that door from the back of the count's room. Get as much like speed as I can.
Okay. Bam! You slam into that door and you feel resistance, but the
Something's
door
against the
doesn't.
door. Is there a gap under the door? I'm gonna try to look under it.
You look at the gap and you can see maybe a flickering light, but you can't really pick up anything else.
What floor are we on?
Second.
Do I think I could try to climb up from outside?
You
Like, is there something I
have
could grip onto from outside if I were to run and try to get in the window?
you have to make sure, one, that this door leads to an actual window. You don't know without looking inside the actual door if there's an actual window in the room.
Fuck. Do I smell sulfur?
Make both you and Kara make grit checks.
Okay. 3 out of 8.
6 out of 8.
Kara, you smell it first. There is sulfur coming from the room, but not before Elliot. You start to feel a little bit woozy.
Fuck.
There's sulfur.
I'm gonna see if I have any more of those plants that'll keep us awake, and I'll pass one to Kara.
There's only one left.
Are you by the door? I'm gonna try to call to the person inside. I'm gonna try to slip the flower under the door.
You go to slip the flower under the door, and you can hear a and you can hear the flower followed by the sound of somebody screaming as um, something hits the door, the flower being pulled into the room, a scream, then silence.
Get out of here, you coward!
No response from the room.
Okay. I'm gonna look for any butler.
I'm
Uh,
gonna continue trying to break this door down.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is while you're doing that, I'm gonna try not to go too far. I want to try to stay within eye line of Car if I can, but I
Okay.
want to try to see if all the butlers have universal keys or not, so that we could try to open this door and hopefully it opens in outward rather than inward, so that whatever is pushing against the door doesn't become a problem.
Kara, you try a few more times. Boomf, boomf, boomf. You're met with resistance. Elliot, you take a look over and you can see that pretty much the entire interior of the house is empty. You get the sense that everybody, including the butlers, are outside doing the lunch with the count.
Cara, I think we have to come in the window if we can.
Can I see how far from the count's room this room is?
It's like right
About,
across.
yeah, right across. At
Right
most
across?
10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to find the
We're gonna have to talk to the count.
if we can find him.
Shit, I don't want to leave this.
Is the
We're gonna
door made
have-
of wood?
The door is, in fact, made of wood.
It should have splintered.
Yeah. Well, if we have to break in, that's an option. We just gotta find something sharp. Who could have put something up against the door like that so quietly?
I don't know.
All right, let's look for the count. We need
right.
universal keys or a way in or something.
Right.
Okay. Chris and Ben, you guys, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm gonna go run to. I've been running to Joe, not only find Charlie, but to find the count. But if I do see the count first, I'm gonna halt and not make sure I get seen.
Okay.
I'm
You-
following Chris.
Okay, so the two of you run out into the main lobby area, and like Kara will notice here in a few minutes, that the entire interior of the house is empty. You get the sense that everybody, including the butlers, are outside having the lunch that he said that he would have. You get the sense that they're out there having lunch and that the count is probably at a table eating lunch with his head butler, maybe somebody else.
I don't like this, but I'm gonna. No, I'm not. Is there a way I can peek through windows to see if I can see the count?
Make an agility check.
Okay. No, that one. That one. Please be nice to me. 7 out of 10.
You slink up to one of the windows and you peer out, and you can see that the count is sitting at the farthest table away from the window as possible. Meaning that if you want to go talk to him, you have to go through 2 or 3 tables to get to him.
I kind of peer around to Chris, see what Chris is seeing. I'm like, so what's the plan?
Make an agility check, Ben.
Okay. Agility. That is trained as 10. 7 out of 10.
You also make that same peering motion as Chris. Continue.
So what's the plan?
Charlie's missing, and I was left by the butler and the count. And they're just out there eating lunch.
I'm telling you, man, something really weird. I was talking to those other butlers. Looks like they were hired. They were only hired for the first night, but then the butler,
Mhm.
the head butler, he asked them to stay for longer. This was before everything went off at the ball. I'm telling you, man.
Knowing that, grab Ben, and I'm going to we're going to find the girls now.
All right, yeah. Something's
Okay.
weird, man.
Ben and Chris, I need you guys to add 1 clue point to your scores.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm going to
guys,
use my 3. Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to use 3 clue points to up a point to my brawn.
Okay. Ben, are you doing anything with your clue points or?
No, not right now.
Okay. You guys make your way up to the Elliot and Kara. As Elliot and Kara are coming down to see you guys.
I told them everything that happened.
I guess we just run into. Oh, there
cover
you guys
their
are.
mouths. I'm going to cover the Elliot's mouth and point and take them all to mine and Kara's room.
Okay, yeah, I'll stop as soon as I know that we're trying to be stealthy about it.
So I kind of open the door and kind of like and get in the room, and I look around and I close the door behind us, and I was like, okay, something weird's going on here.
Yeah, we just heard a lady get something happened to her.
I think it goes deeper than that. So earlier when Chris and I were trying to interview or talk to the staff, group of staff that I was talking to, guys who were hired, not the permanent staff. So they were initially hired to just work the night, but before the ball happened and we got put on this lockdown thing by the count, before all this would happen, the head butler had these guys stay for additional days.
The head butler or the count? You sure it was the head butler?
It was the butler. It was the head butler. He said the count wanted them to stay. So either the butler's lying or he's acting on orders from the count. Either way, they had to have known this stuff was going down before it happened.
Okay. And then I tell them we were beating the door. We went over. I put my ear to the door. We heard somebody trying to say, "Help me!" Smelt sulfur. Couldn't get the door down. And then we heard flames and silence.
Was the door locked, or was it?
Yes,
It was locked.
Locked, and something was pushed against it.
Did you?
Tried,
how do you know?
I'm out of sulfur flowers. I tried to push one under the door in case the person was alone and just needed help, and it's gone. I fucked up. I don't have any more sulfur flowers, so be careful. If you're down, you're down.
I mean, I have a lock. I have some lock stuff here in my little waistcoat here. You want me to try and open the door?
Yes.
Hold up. I was left, guys. You guys found me, and the count and the butler were not there. As I told Ben, they were right there with me when I went down.
We need to check the count's room.
We should do it now while he's sitting there. We don't have. I looked at Chris. Chris, did we see where they were in the meal? Like how far they were into the meal?
Far back away from the window.
No, not the location. I know where I saw where they were. I'm talking about like how far into the meal they were.
No.
Well, then let's assume they're almost done. So try and get it. I'll try and pick the lock. I looked at Kara. Please lead the way. Thank you.
I'm gonna stay here in this room. I'm gonna lock the door. We need to put up the appearance that I'm still out.
Okay.
We can say I'm watching him Kara, so that we're not. One of us needs to stay with him. We don't want to be leaving anybody alone.
I'll knock a motherfucker out.
Should I go grab the sword if we're not going to go downstairs?
Actually, Kara,
I
you
saw
stay.
where you hit it. I'll grab the sword.
Okay, be careful.
Keep
Kara,
that sword away from
you
all
stay.
of us.
Kara, you stay with. Maybe you should stay with Chris since you're, husband, wife. Kind of weird for Elliot to kind of look after Chris and you go off.
I'm
saying.
also the one most likely being able to knock a motherfucker out.
This is a good point.
Because
Lead on.
I would be on a warpath.
This is true. Please lead on.
All right.
Once they leave, and I'm going to tell Elliot to use my hand to knock a quick dun 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 dun, dun knock, so I know it's Elliot before I lock the door behind them all, knowing that Elliot will probably come back with the sword.
Or no, I'm staying with you. I think Kara said they were going to grab the sword.
Oh, okay.
Or
Then
we
I'm
were
just
gonna
going to
leave
lock the
it.
door, and that's the knock they'll use to get out.
I'm going to grab the sword because in case I'm going to go to Elliot's room, find where Elliot hit it, or remember where Elliot hit it, grab the sword, and because I am not trusting a single motherfucker anymore.
As soon as Ben and Kara leave the room to go grab the sword, Chris, you lock the door and you turn back towards Elliot. And Elliot, you don't see Chris. Chris, you don't see Elliot as you see white flashes appear before you guys.
And I'm going to try to grab onto the wall and keep myself up.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find something.
Okay. You guys both are able to kind of steady yourself up on the wall. You can hear a voice calling out to both of you. They say the exact same thing, but they sound very differently. Elliot and Chris, you both hear, you guys need more time, more clues. But for Chris, you get a strong, stronger, male voice, responding to you, firm, but you need more time, you need more clues. Elliot, you get a strong, very, very, very strong woman's voice saying that back to you. And you get words. I need both of you to make brain checks.
Uh-oh, I dropped my dice. Hang on.
Okay. Chris, you rolled a 1. Okay. You hear the voice. Elliot, what'd you roll?
I got a 1. Out of 4.
You both hear the voice now more urgently. I need you to focus. And again, words begin to flash. I need you guys to make brains checks again.
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
2 out of 4.
Okay. This time, Elliot first, followed by Chris. You guys pick up the words everything, lose, if, continue, playing. Followed by you guys must solve this and finish this quickly. The longer you stay here, the more powerful they become. And then you guys come back, and Chris and Elliot, you guys realize you guys are standing leaning up against the exact same corner of the wall as you guys' vision returns.
Okay, I'm missing a sentence, but I think it might be saying you'll lose everything if you continue playing the game. Because we have you'll end the game, and now lose everything if continue playing.
I listen. And I think back to the book. And is there anything, there's like wooden chairs and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make commotion, but I'm going to actually break apart a chair so that it's broken in shards, and not sure what myth is real as account. I'm trying to place anything. I'm going to put everything, anything is possible. Try to use one of the stakes and carve a cross into the door, see if that helps, as well as trying to use 2 sticks to sharpen them.
Okay.
What if, okay, I need your opinion first. It could be stupid, but if we're dealing with supernatural stuff here, what if I copy the knock that she was doing? That she was doing a specific knock before the flames.
What if that knock summoned something and that's what killed the person?
That's my worry. But it would be a chance to learn who's doing this.
And could possibly die in the process. We'll wait till they come back.
Yeah. I'll help him make stakes.
Okay. Kara and Ben, you guys grab the sword and make your way to the door. Ben, you look at this door, and it is a heavy-duty door. It's a very intricate lock, almost almost unheard of to anyone not knowing what this type of door is, or knowing what kind of lock this is. But because of your locksmith skills, you realize that this would be belonging to somebody with a heavy duty safe, or they're trying to lock valuables on the other side.
I kind of just looked up at the door and I'm like, oh boy, who built it? Whoever built this door is really paranoid, and in this case, the count very rich. Gonna take a minute, Karak. Please watch my back and let me know if anybody's coming.
Yep. I actually I stand sentry. So I am keeping an eye on the doors, the end of the hallway.
I pull out my little kit from my little waistcoat, and I start kind of putting the little tools in there, and I start working the gears in there, and I'm just like, son of
Okay, I need you to make an agility check.
agility check. That is 10. That would be a 5 out of 10.
You the door is now unlocked.
Ooh. I look over to Carl, I'm like, hey, I think I got it. I pull my
Be
tools
careful.
out. I put my tools back, and I very as quietly as possible, I try and like open the knob, and I just kind of like trying to guide it open so that it's not just swinging open and making noise. And
You
I
go
kind
to
of peek
guide
into
the
the room.
door. You go to the guy at the door. Resistance. You are meeting resistance.
What the hell? Okay.
I said the door
I
was unlocked. I did not say the door was open.
Okay, I tried to open the door and put my weight into it to try and open it.
Your weight behind it, you get it open a creak before it slams back shut.
What the hell? I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I got the door unlocked, but whatever, something's on the other side is f***ing closed. So we either
Our way together.
yeah, like a good. We got to get some momentum behind this. Either something is holding it in, or it's barred like a piece of wood or something. But I think if we get enough momentum, we'll break it. So kind of one, two.
And I'm
And
with him
okay,
helping open
you
this
both
door.
you both and the door just creaks open large enough for you to one person at a time can get into the room now.
I go first.
Okay. You peek in there. And the reason why you cannot open the door was somebody had thrown a couple of chairs up against the door and thrown part of the bed up against it, propped it up. So, plus the door is double the thickness of any other door in this house. So, not only was
I
this
ca-
door super heavy, this door was also barred from the inside.
I get myself in and I start moving the chairs and the part of the bed out of the way so I can open easily for through.
Okay, Kara, you're kind of on the other side, kind of holding it. And as soon as Ben begins to clear the rubble, you're able to kind of push more and more open into the room.
Uh
Wow.
what
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 the fuck?
okay.
I look around for the person who called for help.
I start looking at the door and kind of examining the I'm just like this door is thick. Like this is not something that you just make. This was specifically designed. What the hell is Trey trying to keep out or in? This is like a safe door. Are we in
You
a safe?
you look around and you see a window, which is now broken. Nothing else is in this room except what would be like a normal bedroom, except there is a small box in the corner of this room.
Please don't.
I go to the
Wait,
box.
Okay,
No,
Kara, what did you?
motherfuckers.
Kara, what did you do?
I'm looking for whoever was in the room or any signs of whoever was supposed to be in this room.
You look around, and on several places you see burning hands all around the room, except for a small wooden box that Ben is now making his way towards.
Yeah.
Be careful of that box, Ben. There's burning hands everywhere. Cover your nose.
I just kind of like okay. I kind of do this with my shirt. Um and I kind of go to the box and I'm just kind of Car, can I see the sword? Por favor.
Yep. I hand the sword over to him and I go to the broken window and I look out it.
I take the
You look
sword. Oh, sorry.
you look out and you realize leads to the back of the mansion. Two-story drop straight down. You see 3 burning handprints alongside the building heading down. And then the ground around the bottom looks strangely familiar. It looks exactly the same as when Victor Duran's body disappeared.
What the fuck?
I take the sword and I just kind of like start poking the box, like trying to get it to move, see if there's like any, just something to kind of like see if I poke and it triggers anything.
The sword, you poke the box, sticks into the wood.
Try and pull it out.
Hey, you pull it out.
Okay. All right. Nothing was wrong. Everything is fine. I put the sword down and I tell Carl, all right, I'm gonna box, and I kind of go to the latch and see if I see, is there a lock on this thing or is it just little latches?
You do see a lock you have never heard of, you have never seen. This is a very personal lock.
Is it like a keyhole lock? I'm assuming like
It
something
is
that I
a
can
very
use.
it's a keyhole lock. However, the key is not one prong nor two prong. It's three pronged.
Hmm. Okay, so this is probably not going to work with my tools.
You could get lucky.
I'll try my tools. I'll try it anyway.
Okay. Give me
Uh,
an agility check.
check. Shoobadoo. 6 out of 10.
You put your tools in there. Chink.
I pull on the
lock.
lock. Pull on the lock, and I undo the latches, and I tell Kara if she's near me, maybe you should step back just so in case this is booby trapped. Somebody could
So
save me.
I'm gonna do the dumb. And I'm gonna go out that window and see if I can't follow anything.
2-story window.
You're- That's a 2-story.
I've made that jump before.
Okay,
I need an agility check from you.
I want to say out of character, you can't give Chris any more crap anymore because now you just did it, Chris.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she definitely did a Chris.
Well, goodbye shins.
Okay.
Oh shit!
The party's biggest enemy, windows.
You go to climb out the window. You slip.
Oh
And
god,
you
this is
fall.
gonna hurt.
And you can feel the searing pain as your ankle, you have rolled it very severely. That
Oh!
searing, burning pain shoots up your leg. It hurts so bad. I need a grit check to see if you yell out from the intense pain.
6 out of 8.
You land. It hurts, but you're able to keep your noise level down. Ben, you turn back and Carl's nowhere to be seen.
I don't open the box just yet. I run to the window and I look down and I'm like, Carl, what the hell are you doing?
Following the handprints.
Really? Out a fucking 2-story window? And I'm the I just shake my head. Just don't fucking move. I'll be right down. I go back. I go to Lee. I go right back to the box and I just open it really quick. Just like, what the fuck is in here? Actually, yeah, I open it.
A small black journal is laying inside this box.
I grab the journal really quickly, stuff it in my waistcoat pocket, and I make my way downstairs toward Kara and hope to God she.
We don't know any of this is happening.
Yeah,
Nope.
I just go immediately down to Kara to make sure she's okay. Yes, and I don't go to Chris and Ellie because I'm more concerned that Kara has a compound fracture on
Shit,
her.
we're gonna have to find.
Okay.
Yeah, so I go to Kara, make my way toward her.
Okay. Kara, are you staying there or are you rolling up against the building? What are you doing?
Going to move to where I can be kind of hidden.
Okay, there is a nearby bush.
I'm gonna move into that bush so I'm hidden. And I'm gonna be watching for anyone passing by.
Okay. You wait a few minutes and then you hear Ben. And Ben is looking for you, but you're hidden in a
Yeah.
bush.
I kind of look around and I kind of just try and hone on the noise and
I actually call I crawl out of the bush and like yeah.
I stand over Car and I just shake my head and I say, "So what did we learn?"
I'm not as young as I used to be. I've made that jump before.
Yes, I'm assuming there was something softer than the courtyard of the back courtyard of a mansion.
Does the back of a truck count?
Just get up. I go to help her up, and can you stand up? Can you stand in your way to carry you?
I mean, I'm gonna be limping.
Okay, good, because I have a really
But
bad
this is
back, so I
nothing new
can't really
for
carry
me.
anything. Okay, let's just make our way. I found something in the box, by the way. I pull out this little black journal real quickly from my waistcoat pocket and show her. I was like, I hope to God here this is written in English because I don't read French. And we go back toward Chris's room.
Okay. You go back towards Chris and Kara's room.
I knock on the door.
I knock.
Yeah. What knock do you do?
The one that you explained. That I may or may not
make a brains check.
It's like the simplest thing ever.
Well, whatever it was, I failed 1 out of 4.
You don't have any recollection. You just bum, 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 bum.
I'm
gonna grab the steak and
bed,
hold it up.
Steak in my hand, and I'm just acting like I'm asleep.
Chris, it's me.
I don't move because I don't trust anything right now.
Okay. Kara, make a brains check.
Do you remember the knock?
No. 10 out of 10.
Oh, you remember very clearly. Ben just like you remember the pattern, how it's supposed to be knocked, which order, how if you should knock silently or loudly. You remember everything.
Yeah, I just goddamn Chris.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I motioned to Elliot to get the door.
Okay, I get the door, and I close it really quickly behind the both of them.
I limp in.
I'm still like straight up holding a steak in my hand.
I
lock the door behind him.
I looked at Chris. It's like your wife pulled.
Oh. What? Did you jump out a window?
Shut up. I made that jump before.
I
I'm
go
not as young as I used to be.
I go
Why
over
do you
to
look
sit.
more hurt than me?
I rolled my bad ankle.
Bed now.
I go over there. I'm assuming there's a desk and a chair.
Oh no!
I go.
The bed's big enough. Let's just stay close out of the windows.
Okay, I go sit down at the desk and I like, hey guys, found this in the count's room in a locked chest.
I'm gonna hand.
That was the room that we heard something in. By the way, there were fire handprints everywhere, and there were fire handprints leading outside the window.
It holds up with what we've been making, the crosses and the stakes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure everybody has a steak.
I'm just gonna tell you guys right now that whole room was odd. First of all, that lock on the door that's something you see out of a bank vault.
Ben,
And
we're in a book. We got sucked into a book. Remember what Charlie said?
Yeah, I remember.
Speaking of Charlie, where the
Oh,
is
we got a
he?
message. Did we let them know about our message?
We got Supernova Bright Light Angel talk too.
Oh,
yes. They added everything lose if continue playing. I think it means you'll lose everything if you continue playing the game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We're missing the second
Considering.
U, but it could have been implied from the first one.
I look over Ben's shoulder to look down at the book. Okay, let's look over this while my wife sits.
I'm
I'm
sitting. God damn.
I go to open the book as I say, I just hope the guy that's written. I don't read French. I just kind of open the front.
And as soon as you open the book, Kara,
Oh no.
you see white. You don't see anybody, you just see white. Except for a dark figure
Lovely.
with the words and a female voice speaking back to you. The puzzle is almost complete. The game is nearly finished. Here are the final words. Make a brains check, Kara.
Make a brains check. Oh god. Okay.
What?
That's a 2 out of 10.
The words flashed, and then you hear the strong female voice. Focus. One more time.
Yep.
Low roll again. I wanted to get you another time.
5 out of 10.
Damn.
This time you are able to pick up on a singular word. It is, in fact, you. And then she follows it up with, you were mistold a word. The word was the. It actually was supposed to be this. As the vision fades, you find yourself staring back up at the ceiling of the room.
Oh god. Okay, well, I just got supernova.
Ben, you crack open the journal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over
It
his
is
shoulder.
indeed-
I'm scared.
It is indeed written in basic or English. It details day 1, stating very briefly, they use minimal words to start, saying things like, I can't find him. He's disappeared. No sense found. You flip through a couple more pages, and as you flip through, the journal begins becoming more detailed. And finally, you stumble probably 10 pages in, and you find a journal entry titled, Where Am I? Today, I found myself in a whole different world. I found myself looking in a whole different world and a whole different setting. I found myself surrounded by goblins. I found myself surrounded in a whole different place. But then I felt magic, stronger magic. And I realized that something or someone had to come. And if they could come, that means I can leave. I went and tried to find this person, but to no avail. The tricky little trickster had backup. And the backup prevented me from leaving. I found myself finding myself as I tracked down this individual being pursued by his friends. I found a way, what I thought was to be out. Instead, I got sent here. The year 1282. And then the journal goes blank for a while as you thumb through, except for the entry on the last page, which states, I felt the magic once more. My ticket to get out of here may be coming soon.
Kind of close the book. I kind of look over it. It appears we're not the only ones who sucked into this place, or something
And-
similar.
Wasn't 1282 when Charlie was brought back? It was before
That-
us.
Or it's Marilyn. The one who has no memory except for being around the count.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Explain why she'd be confused about this area and only get glimpses of remembrance, but for so long of an age. I think we need to be worried about the Count and all of his staff.
Something's. I don't know. So where do we go from here?
I think we need to try to leave.
All right, but where do we go?
Magic brought us here, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And this journal. In this journal. But I have a feeling it's the one that lost their memory and has been with the Count this entire time.
Should we try that knock to be sure? Or
Yes, I will go with you, Elliot, and Ben will stay with my wife, sword pointed at the door, as well as try to put
you're
it near
not
a
leaving me on this.
You're not gonna move right now.
I'm fine.
I need you to help Ben. I want you to try different tricks of seeing invisible ink. Light, lemon, whatever.
Alright.
all right,
gonna
let's
take
make sure
the
we bring
journal.
stakes though, because we definitely are gonna
See
need
if
that.
you can
it's
cast a
human.
fireball or something. See if we can do something.
Us doing
Isn't there
magic,
some?
that'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Isn't there? I thought I heard something about never casting room, but I
Yeah,
could be
should
wrong.
I try produce flame?
You get the sense that you cannot produce nor do any sort of magic.
Yeah.
I go with wait on Elliot to show me with this room so we can do the knock. With the stake
Yeah,
in
let's
hidden in my
go.
pocket jacket.
Yeah, we're definitely keeping stakes. I'm gonna leave them with at least one each, however many you think we would have been able to make. I'm gonna make sure they both have one each just in case they have the sword, and then we're taking the rest of the stakes. However many you think we could have made out of the furniture in there.
And you can hear it knocking outside your door.
Is that the
That's
correct
knocking
one?
out.
Sir Chris and Lady Kara, we were told to bring you guys lunches. We missed you guys at lunch. We were told to bring you guys lunches.
I try to quietly get in the bed to act asleep so that you guys can cover.
Yeah, I go to hide somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
I go to.
And don't hide. Answer the door. My wife can't move.
I'll answer the
Isn't
door.
that kind of
They're
weird
not
for me to be in
expecting
your room?
You open the
And-
door, and sitting in front of you is a butler holding up 2 plates of food and 2 glasses of water.
Thank you.
Hand you
I
the
take
plate.
the tray and go and set it down. Thank you.
They give you a courtesy bow, leave, and then you could hear him knocking on Ben's door. Hear no response. They back up, go up to Elliot's door, knock. Hearing no response, they leave.
Smell those
I-
before you eat them.
You're the one that knows what you're smelling for.
All
I'll
right.
trust your nose.
Sniff, sniff.
Bacon.
Add
Yep,
that to
that's just
snack.
And-
bacon.
Tomato, lettuce, bread.
We get a BLT.
Like BLTs.
Yuck.
Okay.
And
Rude.
Okay,
you smell the other one? Fruit salad. Fresh fruit, bananas, strawberries, couple of different melons, and fresh fruit.
Okay, I'm gonna sniff the waters to make sure nothing was put in the water.
Lemon. Lemon, but nothing else.
They smell okay.
Alright. Wait, that says lemon? That smells like lemon?
Yes.
Water? Okay. So I'm going to flip the journal to one of the empty pages, and I'm going to take a small drop of the lemon water, and I'm going to lightly put it on one of the blank pages to see if it reveals anything.
You see nothing at first. Before you see the tip of a very long, pointed ear.
All right. Well, looks like lemon and invisible ink. So I am going to um do I'm going to basically reveal all the blank pages
While
with the
she's
lemon water.
doing that, I want to go with the Elliot.
Okay, so Elliot, you and Chris leave the room. Ben, you're standing there as she begins dripping, and very much like a book where you can flick through and it changes the scene. This gives you the full detail as the pages of the journal starts with a very tip of an ear, and as by the time you get to the back of the book, you see what appears to be a orc or a goblin face looking up at you.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fun.
Ben, make me a brains check, please.
Okay, brains check. Oh, 4 out of 4.
You recognize it instantly. This is the exact same blue goblin that you guys faced off the first time you guys entered into this book.
Hey, I recognize you.
You recognize this guy?
Yeah, the one we first ran into.
When was this?
When we first got here.
There was no goblins here.
I remember.
Ben, you get the sense that when you're referring to as the first time you guys came through, it's not the same time that Kara said you guys went into. You, Chris, and Elliot went with two other people, found yourself in a strange land
Ah,
with a blue goblin in Grimgar.
The first group of these types of episodes. This isn't the first one you were sucked into the book, remember?
Wait. Are you talking about the time that you guys when I wasn't there?
I think so.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Uh Okay, well.
You guys, Chris and Elliot, you guys venture down the hallway back to that room. But you get about halfway down when you hear a voice, familiar voice. I didn't catch you guys at lunch. Is everything all right? And you see the count standing behind you.
I give a small smile. Oh, just trying to figure out all what's going on.
Yeah. We've been trying pretty hard.
Hey, Count, I have a question for you.
Of course.
Room across from your secret back room down those steps. Who's in that one?
What do you mean?
I would
The
show him
door
the door.
across from you. Whose door was that?
That doesn't belong to anybody. I keep people's valuables and riches in that room.
Oh, that's where I heard people go into and lock the door, so I just thought maybe it was a guest of yours.
No, not that I can think of.
Someone's been in there.
Yes.
Do you have the key?
Well, of course, this is been.
Every staff member?
including every staff member. But enough of the charades. Snaps his fingers, and you guys find yourselves at the far end of a long hallway with you and Chris on one end, Kara and Ben on the other.
What the fuck?
The mansion
Oh.
and all its occupants disappear, and standing before you stands a figure, red in skin, long hooked tail, and horns protruding from their head. Thank
So are
you.
you a devil or a tiefling?
Or
El
a
Diablo!
You guys, I thought it would take you forever. But the fact that this room was squeaky clean, well, you guys have discovered my secret.
Your secret being?
Well, I assume you guys have my journal.
I kind of reached down and tap. I'm like, yes, I have that.
I look at Ben like he's dumb for telling him who has it.
All right.
I mean, no. What are you talking about?
Friend or foe?
Depends on how helping you guys are willing to help me or hinder me.
With?
In all of my travels, I am seeking someone. But every time I feel like I get close, I find myself 5 steps behind.
Who's
What
the
will you do
someone?
with this person?
Well, they have something that allows me to get out of my current predicament.
And your current predicament is that you're stuck here?
Well, while I am stuck here, I was created for a singular purpose.
Bringing
You
stories
see,
to reality?
you see, I was created because my boss had heard that a certain card from a certain deck was drawn. And so, because of this, I was created by them to track down this individual. But because of that, I find myself lost in strange worlds, unable to track down this person. I felt like I
What's your
came
name?
close.
Oh, sorry.
A name. I go by many names. Devil, demon. But for friendship's sake, you can call me Emerald.
So quick to think we're friends when you still haven't told us whether you intend to help or hurt the person you're looking for.
Oh, I intend to capture this person and
And who
use.
is this person you are looking for?
You see, I can't quite figure that out myself. Um, because you see, the person I was originally supposed to track down died. And I am being pulled in another direction to track down somebody else. But here's the thing, my contract states that it must be a familial relation.
Who was this person? You remember a relative?
The original or the new person?
New person, I guess.
The new person, I have no idea who the new person is.
So the
And the
original.
original?
I can't quite remember his name. Forgettable, really. But I can tell you he was bullish in nature. He looks to every one of you.
Argos.
Argos. I believe that was his name.
Someone pulled a devil card, huh?
I guess.
Oh, he did. See, the contract states that if someone pulls the devil card, that it must be fulfilled. However, in this case, something happened to Argos, and I wasn't able to fulfill said contract.
So you're looking to capture a relative of Argos's?
A relative, maybe. I don't know. My master has other plans.
Just tell us what your game is.
I already told you my game. Now, unfortunately, there is one piece of the puzzle that has yet to be resolved. You see, in this world, I got powerful magic radiating through. It was easy enough to figure out that you four were from another world. But I needed you guys for another reason, to get me out. But there were 3 others that I needed out of the way. However, one I was able to get rid of. One simply forgot, and I need them to remember. And the third went missing.
Oh, Willow, are you okay? Oh, sweetie.
And what is your master going to do with these people?
With these people, well, the one that forgot, I need to restore their memories. And then I'll use them along with you guys to get me out of here. And
Use us how?
well, how do you guys plan on getting out of here? I'll just go with you.
We still working on those details.
Well, if you guys figure that out, let me know.
Am I to assume correctly you're the Count?
The Count
From the story.
changes shape into Genevieve, changes shape again, Lucian, changes shape.
A little too close
And
for
on
your comfort?
no, Victor was with me on the scheme. Still trying to figure that one out. Was that you for?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
What, who killed him?
Yeah.
No.
What do
Tossed
you
out of a window, fallen to death, and then body disappear.
Yeah. Still trying to figure out how his body disappeared.
I mean, we have a devil in front of us. Who
Yeah,
else
that's
can you
true.
sense magic from?
I don't sense magic any from anybody in this house. Minus myself, of course.
So you play many roles in this house?
Yes, one could say that.
Hmm. All of them except for us and these mystery people?
Well, doesn't make much sense to play a dead person now, is it?
Really, it could come very useful.
But appearing as a, a private investigator who died makes it very difficult. But no matter. Simply find me the benefactor and we can get out of here.
Why should we trust you?
Now,
I just want to leave this world the same as you do. The benefactor can get me out.
And the flaming handprints?
Oh, that was me, leaving my telltale mark.
So you've killed people here.
Kill is such a dirty word.
But
Murdered,
accurate.
unalived.
I liked unalive. Let's keep that one.
It all means the same thing.
But kill is such a dirty word.
All to
So
cover
tell
up
you,
a secret?
well, I'll tell you what. I will tell you who my master is if you can find me the benefactor. And then the five of us can leave.
If we do this, you touch a hair on that benefactor's head and you're fucking dead.
As you wish. He snaps his fingers again.
You
The house returns back to normal. We find yourselves, Kara, Ben, back in the room. Ben or Chris and Elliot, you're staying outside of that safe room.
Mm.
Well, let's gather up.
I'll look around to see if the whatever form, whether it's Genevieve or the head butler or Lucian, is around us.
Nope, they're gone.
Okay, then. That's kind of what I was starting to suspect.
Yeah.
Good boy.
All right, let's get back to the other two.
Yeah.
And check on
Yeah.
my wife's leg. You're with her.
Oh, sorry, they're talking to me.
So we make our way back to those two. Not
Okay.
Your
doing the
special
dun,
nog.
dun, 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 dun. Since I made it up, I know what it is. I'm waiting.
Ben, get the door.
I open the door. Oh, hey, guys.
Seen any demons lately?
Oh, don't even get started.
So we have to find Charlie and figure out what to do about it. So is there just nobody left in the castle at all? Like if I look outside, there's nobody out there?
I think they're. That depends on where my window view is.
Our window view is up.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Our window view looks up to the sky.
okay, we should go check and see if everybody is still here, or if it's what I'm thinking. And he was playing every role.
All right, let's go.
That or pretending to be people.
Yeah. Now let's go check the. Let's go check. I guess the dining room. Check out. It's beat was last time.
All right, make sure every weapon's hidden.
Okay. It takes you about 5 or 10 minutes to get down into the dining room area, and you begin to look around. You have noticed that the Count and Genevieve have never been in the same room, and yet both those people are missing.
Seems to be no. I don't see the Count.
Who
Hello,
was?
friend.
Let me see. Which one was the one that lost her memory?
Marilyn.
Was that her?
Marlon, Marilyn.
Yeah, probably Marilyn. Do I see her around?
Mm.
Did he live?
Hello.
Hello.
He may have.
Could be dealing
Charlie.
with the baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie is also known as our good luck charm.
Yeah.
And the one who beat me in a verbal sparring contest.
As well as made a better lawyer.
All right, it's very clear. Belvis not met
Sorry,
the bar.
sorry guys, I was having some technical issues.
Oh, no worries.
You're good.
All right, so you guys make your way down into the dining room. The Count, Genevieve, and are both missing. You do see Lucian, however, but every other guest appears to be there.
What about the head butler?
He is around, but he's serving guests.
And did we see memory loss girl?
Memory loss girl is there, talking to Celeste.
Okay. Should I go over there and start chatting them up? But I don't know what I would say. I guess just check on them.
Yeah. Try to
Okay.
bring up Celeste to see if Celeste can remember any memories or words. Just to.
I think it's Marilyn, right? That's the one that doesn't have memories.
Matilde is the one that has memory
Matilde.
issues.
Matilda.
Okay. I don't think she told me about the memory problems, though. I kind of heard it secondhand. And it might be incredibly rude.
Make a brains check.
3 out of 4.
Oh, it.
What was that roll again? I'm sorry.
You're good. 3 out of 4.
You do recall that she does, in fact, having memory problems. She told you that she was having memory problems right before you guys went, before the play started, and that's when you first got the letters to the game.
Okay. All right. So I am going to walk over to the two of them, under the guise of like, "Hi, how are you guys doing? I hope everything's all right with you so far."
Oh, Elliot! And you realize Celeste is the one speaking to you. I saw into the future and I saw that you weren't quite well. And I thought maybe something terrible had happened to you, but it's good to see you alive and well. Did you just get like a sick bug over lunch or something?
Something like that. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But I'm feeling much better now.
Oh, that is good to hear. Good to hear. But what brings you over to our table? Like, come sit down, join us.
Oh, of course. And I'll kind of sit down. I just wanted to check on the two of you. I know things have been very stressful here, and I've kind of been a little bit flaky when it comes to spending time with you.
Oh, it's all right. We have all kind of had a rough last couple of days. But I can assure you that Matilde has been getting some visions have been coming back recently as far as a few minutes ago.
Oh, really? Well, you know
Yeah,
me, I'm a puzzle solver, so maybe I can help.
well, this one was pretty simple. And she just and in fact, actually this one is meant directly for you.
Oh,
Yeah, it says don't play. And I don't know if that means anything to you, but I was told to actually gonna come finish up my meal and then come find you, but don't play is what was clearly sent to you.
hmm. Interesting. Were there any others that you
Um,
experienced?
no, I couldn't think of anything else.
Okay. Well, thank you. But you're doing well?
I'm doing I'm doing super fantastic.
That's good. Does she sound I don't think she sounds like she's doing super fantastic. Is she lying to me?
No, she just is really tired.
Okay.
Probably hasn't slept very well, plus getting these random dreams during the middle of the day.
Oh, I'm sorry. It seems it's taking a toll on you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm very tired.
All right, just make sure you stay safe, all right?
I will. I think Celeste is going to make sure I get some rest.
All right. I'm just double checking. Celeste wasn't one of the people that he said he was, right?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, did you want me to check in a couple hours to make sure you're all right?
I think a good nice rest would be just fantastic.
Well, okay, just make sure you lock the door, okay?
Uh, um, okay, I will.
All right, I'll let you be, and I'll go back to the group, um, and tell them about that. I got two more words from Matilde, or no, Celeste, sorry, and that they said don't play.
You'll lose everything if you play this
And
game.
that I
Don't
had some
play.
kind of future that she saw that I wasn't well when she asked if I had a stomach bug, that it might have been the experience with. I'm keeping it very quiet, so I'll just say the count in case anybody's listening. Or if it's a future that hasn't come to pass and I'm next.
Oh boy. Alrighty.
Okay.
We'll lose everything if we play, if we continue. And now we're getting warnings of don't play.
Um,
What if we stop trying to investigate?
I mean, we could.
What if, what if we stop pretending like we belong?
okay, let's try it.
We could try. Yeah, nothing else to do. Nothing else. Why not, right?
Hun?
I'm thinking. I read by the count before that. It's a head butler, but they've been in the same room. It also said it's Lucian and Guinevere. But there's Lucian right there and the head butler wandering around. Don't play a game, but none of this seems like a game.
What if it's all a game? From the moment we opened that book.
I think for a moment, and I want to test something out. And so in my head, being a pagan, I give a prayer to Anubis for guidance and protection.
No response. You get the sense, more of like a feeling, more like somebody wants something, and if that were given to them, and then it fades.
Hmm. We gotta first figure out what game we're playing in order to stop playing it.
Well,
What are
We're
you
in a
thinking,
book.
Elliot?
I'm kind of thinking what I typed out of character.
I don't know.
This is a story. We are gonna play D&D.
We could always all go outside and play tennis. That's a different type of game. That's probably what we're playing.
We're playing roles. I think you guys were onto something. We got turned into roles.
Yeah, I think it's
You're black.
referencing what happened before we got sucked into the book.
Kara, make a brains check.
Oh god. Yeah, that's a 4 out of 10.
Okay. Something flashes through your mind. Something having to do with the benefactor, and then it fades. Elliot,
Yes.
give me a brains check.
2 out of 4.
Okay. You get another strong hint this time, but this time you're able to kind of hang on to it, and you realize you're hearing a voice. Come to your room. All 4 of you.
Something just told me come to my room, all 4 of us.
All right, let's go. I'm following you.
Okay, I'll eat them.
Yeah.
Okay. You go up. Go to your room, and you go to pull open the door. You grab a hold of the handle, and like you pull open the door and you step in there, first kind of noticing nothing in there. And then where you were gonna hide the sword, you see a little head pop up. Blink. You see Charlie peeking his head out, looking at you guys.
Charlie?
Yeah, yeah.
I make sure the door is closed and locked.
Okay.
Some demon named Emerald came for us.
He found you guys.
Yes, he said to bring you and memory loss girl and somebody else together.
No, why? Why did he say?
He said we could get him out of this
Get him out of.
time. Look, we found his journal. It said he was sent back to 1282. That Argos, still can't believe I'm saying that. Argos was the original person that he was called to capture, and now he's after you.
Because you're Ethan's son.
So how are we gonna get out of here?
I don't know. We've had puzzle pieces. I have. We've been piecing them together. Words have been coming into our heads. You'll lose everything if you continue playing this game. And then I got something that said, "Don't play." I think we're playing the game. We gotta stop playing it.
We should probably just leave this place. Get out of here.
Except we don't know how to stop playing the game.
Let's try to leave the grounds.
Agreed.
Okay. Is that a consensual thing? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you step out into the hallway, the scene changes once more.
Where are we now?
My arena.
Who's that? Who's
Finally.
I'm gonna pull out my stake.
You have been looking for you all this time. Figured it out. And he points to Matilde and Charlie. You two plus you four are the reason why I couldn't find all the pieces to the puzzle.
You do know you're not going to be able to touch them, right?
Well, it doesn't really matter. Because here's the thing. You can't get out without my knowledge.
And you don't exist in the outside world.
How do you know that?
You're a demon. You were called by a card. You were created for a single purpose.
I was. But see, I need all of you to get us out of here. Everybody needs to get out.
If you're Ethan, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I'm sorry, who?
Okay.
No, just simply hand over the other two and the game will continue. Come on. Just hand them over.
Nah.
No.
Piss off.
No.
No.
You
Not
guys
happening.
you guys don't understand.
We don't play games.
You can start to sense his frustration. You don't understand. If I can't get out, the cycle will continue.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you just lost the game.
And as soon as you say that, the scene changes. Everything begins to swirl. You hear a scream of agonizing defeat as it begins to swirl, and visions and sights and sounds begin to flash before all your guys' eyes before Elliot, go ahead
Yeah.
and make a brains check for me.
4 out of 4.
Okay. You were able to scoop up a thing of dirt, and you look around and you realize you're on somewhere else entirely. You step out and you smell fuel, like gasoline, burning fuel. And you look around and you see ships, like flying spaceships. And that's where
Oh.
we're going to end tonight, as our murder mystery comes to a close. And join us next week and the next episodic as we journey into a sci-fi adventure. What awaits our travelers? And as we draw this night to a close, as the pages of the Chronicles of the Damned close for now, the echoes of your adventure shall linger in the annals of time. May the tales you have woven inspire dreams and kindle the fires of imagination. Until we meet again, remember that the realm of wonders and mystery await your return. Farewell, brave travelers, until the next chapter unfolds in this ever-changing storybook. Safe journeys, and may destiny's embrace guide you onward. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.